This evening, weekend accidents leave one dead and several injured. Residents laud speed bumps, minibus drivers none too pleased. Plaisance Secondary School celebrates 40 years with a pageant. In the region, child sacrifice discovery in Peru may be largest in the world. And internationally, South Korean man sues former Chancellor of Germany for stealing his wife.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Bramwell Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Today is Monday, April the 30th, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on our Facebook page, as well as our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. This morning, Crime Chief Paul Williams explained that inclement weather over the past several days has hampered the search for the body of murder victim Shawnette Savory. The man who confessed to the murder, Devendra Ramdial, had given police a general description of the area on the east bank of Demerara where she was buried. The crime chief acknowledged that corrupt officers may have caused the almost 2-year delay in solving the case. Savory disappeared around the end of August of 2016. She was reportedly last seen alive at her uncle's birthday party on August the 28th. One person has died and several persons injured after 2 separate accidents over the weekend. Esther Sobers has more.
After a night of partying in Linden, one man is left in a critical condition and 2 others nursing injuries after the vehicle ended up in a trench on the Linden Highway on Sunday night. The driver of the vehicle has been identified as popular businessman Beresford Harry. He is better known as Bella of Water Lily Road, Wismar. The crash left him severely injured. Harry and his passenger were taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where they received medical treatment. According to one eyewitness, Harry's car had overtaken him shortly before the accident occurred. And in Barbados, a 47-year-old man was killed when the driver of the vehicle accidentally drove off the road. Adrian Downer of Firish Village, Barbados, was the only person killed, while the occupants of the vehicle received various injuries. Police reports indicate that the driver, 37-year-old male, was intoxicated and speeding at the time of the accident. Persons at the scene claim the driver lost control of the vehicle, ran off the road, struck a heap of sand and a lamppost before ending up in a nearby trench at the Cromarty village, currently in Barbados. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Interpol has dealt a huge blow to human traffickers in the region. Nearly 350 victims of human trafficking have been rescued by police in 13 Caribbean and Latin American countries. The Interpol-coordinated Operation Libertad saved men, women, and children trafficked abroad and forced to work. Officers arrested 22 people and seized cash, mobile phones, and computers. The raids were the result of a 2.5-year project funded by the Canadian government, which also trained specialist officers for the team. Police throughout the Caribbean were involved in the multinational operation. The operations were directed from Barbados and supported by Interpol command centers in Lyon, France, as well as Argentina's capital of Buenos Aires. Many of the victims rescued in Guyana were young women and girls forced to work as prostitutes near gold mines deep within the interior. The Plaisance Secondary School hosted a pageant over the weekend to celebrate its 40th anniversary. Wendell Jeffrey has more in this story.
The Plaisance Secondary School is celebrating their 40th year as an educational institution, and one of the celebratory events that highlighted the anniversary was a beauty pageant. Last Saturday night's pageant attracted a large crowd to the school's auditorium. The 9 contestants participated in 4 segments: profile, talent, evening gown, and intelligence. The undisputed winner of the pageant was 16-year-old Kezia Moore. O'Nelly Limerick and Crystal Jackson were the first and second runners-up respectively. Miss Moore, who plans to be a nurse, has as her platform teenage pregnancy. She told Channel 2 Headline News that she feels very excited to have one, but pledged to remain humble.
I feel very humble, very, very humble. I will continue to stay humble at all times, and I feel very excited, but still humble.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Don't go away. We have more news for you coming up after the break. But first, here's today's foreign currency exchange rates. For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
It's always fresh, tasty, enticing, and the best in town, served hot from our experienced chefs. Come and enjoy our daily meals with a wide and delicious menu to choose from, also a wide variety of pastries and dessert. We can also host your luncheons, cocktails, parties, and formal gathering. For reservation, call 225-1730, 225-0038, and delivery 225-0195 or 225-0159. The new thriving Chinese restaurant, 32 Main Street, Georgetown.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL.
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
For all your floor covering needs, Kissoons has you covered. From wall-to-wall carpets, runners, rugs in all sizes and designs, mats for all entranceways, vinyl and rubber tiles too. And with our vast stock and knowledge, you're guaranteed to find your floor covering solution with us. We provide free estimates, and did I mention we install too? Like I said, we've got you covered. Kissoons Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature king sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Welcome back. A 39-year-old woman was hospitalized with a gunshot to her left hand following a shooting at the City Vibes nightclub located at Sussex Street. Around 2:40 a.m. today, Stacy Robinson was reportedly in the lower flat of the building when she heard an explosion. Realizing that she had been shot, she was taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where she is listed as stable. Investigations are ongoing. Route 41 minibus drivers expressed dissatisfaction with the installment of speed bumps in the neighborhood of Lodge. Here's more. Several months ago, speed bumps were installed along the length of Norton Street Lodge. They were placed as a measure to reduce the incidences of speeding on the road, mainly from minibus drivers. While the move was hailed by several residents, it was not universally accepted by all, especially minibus drivers.
It damages your vehicle far more. Remember now, we use the road all day, every day. Right? A private man might just drive, go to work, park, drive, come home. But we use it whole day.
Despite being in contravention of their road license, many Route 41 minibuses could be seen diverting to other nearby roads in order to avoid the speed humps. With this in mind, over the weekend, the Ministry of Public Infrastructure expanded the speed humps to Durban and Hadfield streets. Howard has no issues with the measures to reduce speeding, but he disagrees with the execution.
I don't think they should put the speed hump how to put it. I think they should put it like before the corner, after the corner, and in the corners. So when you meet at intersection, both parties have to slow down.
Nonetheless, he believes that authorities would have to do more than physical construction to control speeding.
The accidents that happen there is like of negligence of drivers, pedestrians, pedal cyclists, and motorcyclists. People should take heed of using the road. I think they should get more workshops like on TV, radios, and like invite people to like, oh, no pedestrians, everybody, how to use the road.
It should be noted that Lodge is not alone. Speed bumps have seemingly popped up overnight on accident-prone streets all throughout Georgetown, but only time can tell if such measures will put an end to the carnage on our nation's roads. According to the Department of Public Information, the natural resources sector has earned $7.4 million from exported forest products in the first quarter of 2018, while bauxite production was 229,441 tons. Additionally, 145,133 ounces of gold and 13,000 metric carats of diamonds were also declared during the same period. During a public meeting on Saturday, Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman shared the sector's performance with residents of Matthews Ridge. Minister Trotman noted that production in the forestry sector has rebounded since the exit of Chinese logging company Bai Shanlin in 2016. As for gold, an ambitious 800,000-ounce target has been set for 2018. Minister Trotman is confident that declarations meet and surpass this target. An occupational health and safety march held over the weekend attracted hundreds. Wendell Jeffrey was there and filed this report.
George, on Saturday, a number of organizations, about 20 organizations from across the labor force here in Guyana, braved the inclement weather and came out as they marched for occupational safety and health, the culmination here, and they marched from the Bank of Guyana building all along the way right into the Jubilee Park here, and remarks were brought to them by Mr. Ariel Pino, and he represents the ILO across the region. And he came from Trinidad and had some remarks for those gathered at the Jubilee Park.
Occupational safety and health is a human right. So as such, everyone has the right to enjoy from occupational safety and health. But this year we decided to focus more on the youth. It is important that you know what you will face when you enter into the labor market, which are the risks, and not only in terms of accidents, but also in terms of occupational diseases. We are promoting the youth, to incorporate the youth in all levels in occupational safety and health.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 10.
Also addressing the gathering here, hundreds of persons, was the minister within the Ministry of Social Protection and responsible for labor, Minister Keith Scott, and he talked, first he thanked the folks for coming out. He said this was the largest turnout ever for this march, and he had some encouraging brief remarks for those who were gathered at the Jubilee Park also.
Never before have we ever seen such an unprecedented attendance of people, and young people especially, who can take part in a walk. Since we are in this office, since we are in this government, I've never seen such a large attendance. It makes me feel happy. Occupational safety and health is not about one day. Today is our day, 28th. Every year it will be our day, but as you have seen, we have celebrated for an entire month. It's a month because we are thinking about you. It's a month because we want to make sure that when you go home to bed, your children will say, Daddy, why are you so wet? It's because you're raising the consciousness level.
George, April 28th is the culmination of Occupational Health and Safety Month, and as they brought the curtains down here at the Jubilee Park, they highlighted the fact that some children marched with them also. Hot beverages were served. Most of the hot beverages was compliments of Lipton tea. They also had some refreshments, and then there were some entertainments after, some music and so on. The folks had a good time as they brought the activities to an end for the Occupational Health and Safety Month under the ministry, or with the compliments and hosting of the Ministry of Public Protection.
Thanks, Wendell. We here at Channel 2 Headline News believe there are people in Guyana who go unrecognized for their exceptional service to the community. It is with this in mind that we introduce Headline News Person of the Week. Headline News Person of the Week recognizes those people in Guyana who are inspiring or are making a positive impact in their respective communities. A new Person of the Week will be featured on Channel 2 Headline News every Wednesday at 7 p.m. starting May 9th, 2018, and on our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. Do you know someone who deserves to be recognized? Contact us. Send your nomination to our Facebook account or email us at safetv2hln@gmail.com with the subject heading Person of the Week nomination in your message. Please give the person's name, location, contact information, and a reason why they should be featured. If we like what we see, your nominee just may be featured on Headline News Person of the Week. So, after the break, Wendell Jeffrey brings us coverage of the Barbados election, and South Korean man sues former German chancellor for stealing his wife. Stay with us.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL?
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
For all your floor covering needs, Kissoons has you covered. From wall-to-wall carpets, runners, rugs in all sizes and designs, mats for all entranceways, vinyl and rubber tiles too. And with our vast stock and knowledge, you're guaranteed to find your floor covering solution with us. We provide free estimates, and did I mention we install too? Like I said, we've got you covered. Kissoons Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
The Big King you love just chickened out. Introducing the new Chicken Big King with 2 crispy chicken patties and our signature king sauce. The new Chicken Big King, now part of our Burger King favorites. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
It's always fresh, tasty, enticing, and the best in town. Served hot from our experienced chefs. Come and enjoy our daily meals with a wide and delicious menu to choose from. Also a wide variety of pastries and dessert. We can also host your luncheons, cocktails, parties, and formal gathering. For reservation, call 225-1730, 225-0038, and delivery 225-0195 or 225-0159. The new thriving Chinese restaurant, 32 Main Street, Georgetown.
You know, I'm tired telling you, stop thief electricity. Shh. Don't shush me. You're gonna kill yourself and burn down people out. Stop, I'm telling you, stop. This man don't hear you know. Hiya go. Look, I fed up with this stupidness, eh? I gonna fix this one here once and for all. Hello, GPL? Here now, I got a big problem wrong here. They got this chap who continuing to do this. Alright, Skipper, you are under arrest for stealing the electricity.
How we gonna live now?
People, stealing electricity is dangerous to life and property, and it is also against the law.
Welcome back. The race to Election Day is heating up in Barbados. Wendell Jeffrey brings us coverage of the event in this report.
General election in Barbados has been called and it is set for Thursday, May 24th. The Prime Minister, Frondell Stewart, has called the election just a week shy of the extension permitted by the statute. The Democratic Labour Party, DLP, which holds a one-seat advantage, is in a fierce battle to retain the government. The Barbados Labour Party, the BLP, is expected to swing the tide back in their favor. However, for the first time in Barbadian history, a large number of smaller parties are expected to contest the general election. Even the former BLP Prime Minister Owen Arthur has aligned himself with the new United Progressive Party. Over the weekend, the BLP held what they believed to be their final annual picnic as the opposition party. Over 30,000 supporters showed up at the event in the St. Andrew Parish. At that event, the BLP launched their 2018 campaign song. Of all the Caribbean countries, Barbados is believed to have the most Guyanese residents. In 2009, under the current DLP government, several Guyanese were forced to leave Barbados or face arrests and deportation. The late David Thompson was the then Prime Minister. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Here's Bibi Bacchus with the regional and international headlines of the day.
Trinidad and Tobago is set to benefit from Grenada's oil and gas discoveries. Exactly when depends on the outcome of Global Petroleum Group's exploration of Grenada's south coast. The company is conducting petroleum and natural gas exploration, development, and production in the region. On April 6th, Trinidad's NGC announced a commercial agreement with the Russian oil and gas company, which includes a first right of refusal. This gives the Twin Island Republic first choice once oil production starts. Archaeologists have uncovered what may be the largest single mass child sacrifice event in human history. More than 140 children were sacrificed at about the same time in Peru's northern coastal region about 550 years ago. The discovery was made near modern-day Trujillo, which lies near the center of the ancient Chimu civilization. More than 200 young llamas were sacrificed alongside the children, all of which were killed in a single event. And in international news, Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari will become the first sub-Saharan African leader to visit the White House since the start of the Trump administration. Buhari and Trump are expected to discuss shared economic and security interests. Many wonder if the two will discuss President Trump's offensive comment regarding African nations. Trump denied being a racist after the reported crude remark and denied making the comment. And finally, a South Korean man is suing former German Chancellor Gerhard Schröder for allegedly having an affair with his ex-wife. Schröder is said to have been married to South Korean translator Kim Se-yeon. This would be the fifth marriage for the former chancellor. Yonhap News Agency reports that her former husband believes that the two had a liaison while she was still married to him. In South Korea, extramarital affairs were a criminal offense until 2015 and remain grounds for civil litigation. The husband is seeking 1 million won or $94,000 for unbearable mental distress. Reporting for Channel 2 Headline News, Bibi Bacchus.
Now for your 7-day weather forecast and this week's bridge retraction schedule. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook and YouTube. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed and wonderful and safe Labor Day.